Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S back here with part 3 of these plans that I've got generally for Saturdays or for the 26th of each month, I suppose. Anyway, I talked about how I'd like to do certain things on different days and how different numbers remind me of different things and patterns and things like that. So hope you enjoyed parts 1 and 2. If you've already checked them out, if not, please do check them out. And I appreciate any of your support and likes and all that sort of stuff. I'm a day later than planned because I did mean to finish this off yesterday or last night, but I thought I'd wait till today. So I planned it out a bit better, and time sort of eluded me, so to speak. So anyway, as I say, I'm back here with part 3 of this list, and I'm going to try and crack on with where I left off. So hopefully, as I say, hopefully people out there will enjoy it as much as possible. And as ever, I appreciate as much support as possible for my channel. And I think that was something I was going to say in the intro, but I can't quite remember. So I'm going to crack on with my list. And here goes. So number 21, I'd love to hear from Indigenous people of the Americas and hear about Indigenous people of the Americas history from their own point of view. So as told, not from Anglo-centric or American point of view, as in like the Americans from Europe. I'd like to hear instead from the Indigenous people of the Americas, like hear history from their point of view and learn about their culture and tradition from themselves. And like as ever, I'd love to hear from Indigenous people. And I think I forgot to say in the intro, I would love to hear generally as ever, as for all of my videos, I'd love to hear any comments, negative or positive, or any things you think I can improve. I know some people said, I hope you can hear my voice clearly, because one of my friends did tell me my voice needs to be a bit projected. So sorry if I'm a bit effeminate and my voice isn't the loudest. So apologies for that, or if I get a bit nervous. But I do hope you can hear me as well as possible. But as ever, I'd love to hear what you have to. Obviously, if you can't hear me now, you're probably not going to know what I'm saying. But anyway, for those who can hear me, please do share your views about your worst points or your best points, your least favorite and your most favorite about these videos. But again, I'd love to hear from especially Indigenous people of the Americas and history from as told but from their point of view. And also I'd love to support Indigenous people of the Americas to tell their own story and write their own stories about and their own biographies individually, but as well as from their own communities and things like that. Sorry about this. I think I've got dust allergies and stuff like that, as I often have. Anyway, number 22. This is the first year where I've actually had the idea to pick certain months where I try and support certain groups. I don't know if I should go into too much details of that, because I don't want to bore you or for the video to be too long. Maybe I'll talk about it in the future. But so it's like a trial year for doing so. So I've not managed to do it quite as well as I'd like, but hopefully next year in 2021, all being well, Godspeed, I will be able to stick to supporting certain groups in certain months. So like in July, August and September, I hope to support Indigenous people from the Americas. So hopefully next year I'll do a really good job of doing so. And as ever, do the best I can. And hopefully I've learned a lot from this year and come up with more ideas in the future as well. And in October, I'll just cover 1 month for now, but in October I'm hoping to talk about how to empower the global Black diaspora, especially people from Africa and Black British, because it's Black History Month in the UK. So I'm hoping to focus, but yeah, I'll talk about that in more details in the future. But for now, I hope to focus on empowering Indigenous people in the Americas and look at how they can be more empowered in the future. And as ever, I'd love to hear from them, because my own ideas about financial empowerment might not be what they want. So I'd love to hear from what their aspirations are, whether that's financial, spiritual, or just recognition or challenging stereotypes. But I'd love to hear from success stories as well in the future, and startups especially, but success stories in different areas, not just startups, but in different areas in the future. So yeah, so hopefully in the future, basically I'll hear about success stories from Indigenous people in the Americas, including but not limited to startups. But yeah, as I say, in different areas. Number 23, I would talk about what type of groups I hope to support in the future. I hope to talk about in detail what sort of groups I hope to fundraise for, like my friend's school in Kenya. And again, in October, because it's Black History Month, I hope to talk about my friend's school in Kenya and other dyslexia groups in Africa especially. as well as dyslexic people around the world, but especially from the Black community, combining those two things together. And also talk about famous dyslexics and success stories, as I've done in the past. Number 24, I hope to support as many countries that were colonized as possible and help them to unite together, like what I call the Four, which I've talked about before. I hope they'll work together and support each other as much as possible, and support them. Like, I'd love to support people who are not white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, because I think they've ran things and dominated for so long. So it would be good to see other people do well who have been oppressed for so long, if you know what I mean. But also like other groups like disabled people, or other disadvantaged groups, or other groups that have been disadvantaged for a long time. But also talking about how they can empower themselves and not be victims, but be victorious, if you know what I mean. Hopefully someone out there will know what I mean. Number 25, I'd love to support republics, as I've talked about before, and hear different opinions, again, about republics, monarchies, first republics, and things like that. But also, as ever, listening to alternative views as well as people who agree with me. Number 26, again, I did mean to go through this yesterday, as it was the 26th, but I don't know why I did that quick quotation. But anyway, I would love to talk about the case for reparations, or the case for supporting Indigenous people in the Americas, reasons for doing so, basically. So I hope to talk about who I wish to support, why I wish to support them, like reasons, how, when, and where. So the who, why, how, when, and where. Try and get that in the right order. But yeah, so the case for supporting Indigenous people, like the fact they were colonized and took over and went through genocide or attempted genocide and things like that. Number 27, I also hope to talk about who I wish to reward. For instance, people who support Indigenous people from the Americas, like politicians who support them, international groups who support them, NGOs, charities, I would say big businesses, companies that can give them politicians who give them tax deals or more rights, or things like that, and which countries who have supported their Indigenous people the most. And also, I wish that every positive action, or even word or thoughts, was to be rewarded. People who uplift other people and that sort of thing. So yeah, every positive word, thought, and action. I know people say actions speak louder than words, but even people who think positive and have positive intentions, and say positive things and try and uplift others rather than put other people down, those who love rather than hate. I wish that God would reward and bless each person who does that each time they do so. And not sure if God will listen to me, but that's my prayer anyway. 28, I'd love to turn negative situations into positive. So hopefully in the future, Indigenous people in the Americas will be blessed and feel blessed and be supported as much as possible, and that sort of thing. And number 29, again, to make the world a better place and happier and all that sort of thing. And hopefully I'll be a blessing for Indigenous people in the Americas, and also they'll unite together, but also people of colour will support them as much as possible, as well as them working to support each other. But as smaller communities, they'll probably need outside help, but I hope people of colour will support them, again, like non-Anglo-Saxon Protestants, non-white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, like supporting each other, and that sort of thing. And number 30, I often say TBC, which stands for to be continued. It's like a little abbreviation I use, or an acronym, or whatever. To be continued. I know TBC could also stand for to be confirmed, but in this case I use it to say to be continued. And hopefully in the future I'll come up with more ideas, and I'd love to hear from your ideas. So sorry if I was waffling, and as ever, I'd love to hear what you think, and hopefully Celtic will win tonight. That'd be really a really positive thing. Anyway, I'm out. Peace and love.